Hi everyone, welcome back to Kaballa of Google. I'm Ronnie Isaiah, the author, and we're just smack dab in the middle of chapter 3. My own artwork here for a movie that I'm producing titled The Letters of Rabbi Akiva. You can find that on my website, isaiahdesign.com. As well, you can find all of the text to this Kabbalah of Google series at hubpages.com/hub/Kabbalah of Google chapter 3B or chapter 2B or 1A. You can also find it just by Googling Kabbalah of Google. And we'll get into more of that shortly. Now, Google has its own word values, and this system of theme relevance is termed LSI, or Latent Semantic Indexing. In the previous part, we discussed how God our Father in heaven has his own theme and essence index, and the relation between the letters numerical and other. So Google has also a theme relevance, which is quite different, much more superficial, yet along the same lines with interrelation. This theme relevance is termed LSI, or Latent Semantic Indexing. The sentences that have the most Kabbalah or flow in the Google ranking are influenced by time. According to the Sefer Yetzirah, Book of Creation, each month has a letter that influences that month the most. Each month is also influenced by a zodiac sign, a tribe from the Jewish tribes, a sense from the five senses, and a controlling limb, arms and feet. In contrast, Google's scale of theme relevance is most influenced by what society is most occupied with. If it's around Super Bowl Sunday, the Googlebot and the other search engines are peaking with Super Bowl related keyword term searches. This in turn will automatically set Google's pecking order of who ranks on top. This system is ruled by human behavior and is thought of as the organic side of Google's SERPs, or search engine result pages. The fact that human behavior drives the ranking results to focus on what is popular instead of what is good, Google is reinforcing human thought and behavior by letting the searchers seek what they desire, whether good or other. This teaches a norm that both good and evil are equivalent in the rankings. This similarity can be looked at as Kabbalistic, where equal yet opposing forces are given the holy mission to conquer each other. Kabbalah must be based on the essence of what it is focused on. Not so with the Google search. No one except the search engines themselves ever really know how best to find what the client is seeking. When there is no constant barometer for truth, the values tend to change and fluctuate over time. This is seen when a keyword is searched a second time or at a later date, and Google returns results that have different sites at the top of the ranking. Ask yourself, are half the sites on the web filthy porn, violence, and spam solicitations because Google lists them in the ranking? Or is it that because Google lists them in the rankings, these evil sites make up half the internet? With all of the money that Google makes, it's hard to believe that over half of Google's resources go into how to better accomplish making their results more timely and more in line with what is really being sought after by the average Joe searcher. Many algorithms are used by the search engines as they continuously save and resave billions of web pages onto their own computers. This is a big part of their regular day-to-day business. Googlebot commonly involves LSI. By automatically constructing a semantic or concept space, LSI enables users to find relevant information even when it shares no words with their queries. LSI makes it possible to already know that tuna and albacore have a close connection and very high theme relevance without requiring additional work by either the client searcher or by the server content provider. With LSI, there is no painstaking description of what a searcher, also known as a client browser, needs to find. Google carefully handcrafts a thesaurus or synonymic net of theme-relevant terms in a knowledge base. For the term searched to come up in a result, it must include the same synonymic keyword terms as the theme being searched. Latent semantic indexing, in general, means the more latent the word comes in the natural order of the term, the more focused the themed results get. For example, a search on bowling finds results that are too general. Add the words "in Las Vegas" and find exactly what you're looking for, if that's where you plan to go bowling. Google brought us the most socially relevant results. The listing shows what human behavior most wants to see when entering the search term bowling and bowling in Las Vegas. Google completely overlooked the essence of bowling. Where can I find the essence of bowling in the top 4 listed results? There's nothing there about getting the ball right on the spot. Only with some more digging can I reveal information that describes how the speed, angle, and spin of the ball are different just about every time you roll the ball, no matter how automatic your technique is. Nothing in the results leads me to the impression that the crashing of the pins down at the end of the bowling alley can become music to the player's ears. It's because LSI can retrieve relevant information from Google's massive database in an instant. But that information is based on what people are looking for. Google's continued success lies in the fact that even if the search keyword term does not contain the actual query, LSI will find the more relevant information than any other method to date. All of this points to the reason why Google has remained the best in testing, tracking, and comparing pertinent search results. Kaballa has a language, and it's the Hebrew letters. To master the system of Kabbalah, the mystical apprentice must first speak its language fluently. This basic truth is constant for every discipline. Before running comes walking, and before that, crawling, especially when it comes to the world of web development. Much time and effort is exhausted by internet marketers in an effort to find and define their individual markets. These experts seek the best search engine proven keywords to best feed Googlebot. What Googlebot does is filter the contents of the web one page at a time. The indexing algorithm associates and sorts web pages in a ranking order. Google controls this system and is constantly tinkering with the way Googlebot indexes. All this is done to gain the highest ranking order for the best sites under a specific keyword search term. When we refer to feeding Googlebot, it is merely an expression of how Google's LSI filter loads, then saves and indexes each page it visits. When Googlebot follows the hyperlinks from page to page on the website, it grades the pages also in reference to each other and the way the site's links are structured. The differences and similarities are obvious. Kabbalah shows the filter of creation, but instead of one page at a time, it is all of creation at the same time, over and over, many times a second. Google's barometer of truth is a variable. Thereby, at times, it fluctuates greatly. It is time-based, but operates one page at a time per Googlebot server. Always keep in mind that the Holy Torah is the truth of God, and Google is merely a reference of mankind's queries, most all being physical desires.